Trading Setup channel. My name is Niku, and today we're going to discuss multi-time frame analysis to improve our trading accuracy. So, guys, as always, those of you with PO Trade, I do have a promotional code for you guys. This code will be frame 80 for an 80% deposit bonus on deposits from as little as $10. So yes, we've got that. And then please guys, if you haven't yet done so, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button so you get notified when I do when I schedule streams, and you can join in and not miss out. And then I would also really encourage you guys to interact, ask the questions as we go along. If there's something that's unclear or something that I haven't explained properly, please feel free to ask, jump in the chat. I am watching, and let's not miss out on opportunities to clarify anything that's any questions that you guys might have. Alrighty. I also just want to add, I really hope everybody enjoyed their holidays. Trading was a bit rough during over Christmas time and whatnot, but we are back full steam this week, and it's going to be a great year. And I really hope that we can get all of you profitable and trading, and just so you guys don't miss out on the great year that I really think this is going to be. Okay. Multiple time frame analysis is a very simple concept. I'm not going to talk about it too much. We'll go to the charts and I'll explain everything, but there's some things we just need to some terms we just need to define. So multiple time frame analysis means that we look at a specific asset over multiple time frames. What does this mean? That means that if you are trading on a 1-minute chart and you're trading and you're watching a 1-minute chart, that means we're also going to watch a 5-minute chart, and we're also going to watch a 10-second chart. Or if you are trading 5-minute charts, maybe we're going to look at the charts on both sides of that, which will be 15 minutes and 1 minute. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. You can even if you're doing forex trading, higher time frames, it doesn't matter, but we're going to have a time frame. We have a primary time frame. This is the main chart that we base our decisions off. Then we have a secondary time frame, which is a higher time frame than our primary, and we're going to use this to get a broader view and some context of what price is doing. And then we have a tertiary chart, tertiary time frame, and this will be a lower time frame, which we're going to use to for accuracy. You can think of it like a map. If we look at if you open up Google Maps on your phone or iPhone Maps or whatever, but if you open a Maps app, we can and you want to go somewhere. Let's say you want to go from your current town, you want to go to the next town. We can think of multiple time frames like that. So when you zoom out, you get a sense of where you want to go. And then we zoom in a little bit so we can be certain of the main roads we have to take. And then as we get closer to our destination, we're going to zoom in more, more until we can see all the different streets and we know which exact street we need to turn into. So that's the concept of multiple time frame trading. We're going to basically be viewing we zoomed halfway in, if I can put it that way, and that's what we're going to use to navigate. But we're going to zoom out to see it, destination and point of origin, and we can see the whole trip. And then we're also going to zoom in so much so that we can see every single street, and we can know exactly where to turn when we get to our destination, or from our origin point where we need to get out of the town. So we can think of multiple time frame analysis kind of like watching maps. Okay, so let's go to the charts quickly, and we can look at some practical examples and applications, and hopefully we'll get a couple of trades as well. Okay, so This is before we kick off, currently my chart is a little bit squished. It's really difficult to fit in a bunch of charts on a single screen. When I am trading, I use multiple screens when I trade. So I always have, I don't use 3 or 4 charts on a single screen, but unfortunately I do have to squeeze these charts a bit like this today because we do need to look at 3 different time frames while we are doing this. But if you do have the space, spread it out a little bit so we can get a bit of a bigger overview. That really helps if you you know what, let me just change this like this. Okay, so I usually trade like this, and then on my second screen I'll have more time frames open of the same asset. But for today's purposes, we are going to squeeze them in like this a bit, just so we can see how we can how we use the different time frames to determine trade entries for us. Okay, so on the screen, I've got 3 identical charts. The indicators are exactly the same on all 3 charts. I do have on the left-hand side, this is a 10-second chart. This is a 1-minute chart, and this is a 5-minute chart. So the idea behind this is we're going to use our 1-minute chart, the center chart. We're going to use this to make our decisions on our trading decisions. We're going to use the 10-second chart on the left-hand side. We're going to use that to try and get a bit more accuracy with our entries. And we're going to use the 5-minute chart to just get a broader overview of what's going on and keep that in mind. What we're going to do when you're doing multiple time frame analysis, one of the key things to remember is that we work top down. So we're going to start on the 5-minute chart. We're going to have a look at it. Then we're going to have a look at our 1-minute chart, and then we're going to have a look at our 10-second chart. Okay, so we're going to look at 5 minutes quick. We use a higher time frame to determine what direction that price is going. So we are currently, if we look at the moving averages, and if I look at my RSI and my stochastic, we are currently, that was an accident. We are currently in a bearish move. I know it doesn't look like that, but my RSI is below, is staying below the 50 line, telling me there's more bearish momentum than bullish. My stochastic also hasn't yet crossed over the 50, the halfway mark to the upper side. And then also on the ADX, my DI minus is dominant at the moment, telling me that we are seeing more downwards movement than we are seeing upward movement. My DI plus is super low, while my DI minus is dominant. Unfortunately, we do have a little bit of not ideal movement at the moment, but we'll work with that. So we determined that from what we can see on the chart here, these last couple of candles, what's that, the last 2 hours, 3 hours, the last 3 hours, we have been primarily moving in a bearish direction. So we've been moving downwards in the past 3 hours. So we're going to, at the moment, we're going to take this as a bearish trend. We are seeing signs that this might change soon. The 50 moving average is starting to move upwards. There's a chance that it might cross my 100 and eventually my 200 as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. But for now, the past 3 hours, we have seen new lows and we've seen lower highs, and that is by definition a bearish move. And we are going to assume, like I said, on the 5 minutes, we are bearish. What we're going to do now is we're going to use our 1 minute, and we're going to look for, we're going to use the trading strategies we use. So if you use different trading strategies, it doesn't matter, but we're going to find entries from our strategy on the 1 minute chart. Once we see an entry opportunity, we're going to look at 10 seconds and see if we can fine tune or get a precise point of entry for our trade. Quite often you will see, what example can I use? One of the strategies I use is when we are in a bearish or trend or a bullish trend, but once we are in a well-established trend, I look for corrections on that trend, in that move, because we know price doesn't just keep moving in a certain direction. There's always corrections while it's moving, while it's trending. So one of the strategies I use is I will look for corrections, and then when a correction takes place, I watch my RSI. If my RSI doesn't break through the 50 line, in this case, we are in a downwards move. So this would be a correction. My RSI tapped the middle line, the 50 line, but it didn't break through. It got rejected, and we're moving downwards still. So that's a continuation signal. And quite often when I get a signal from on my 1 minute chart, from one of my strategies, like I did in this case here, quite often at the same time, I will get a trading signal from one of my strategies, sometimes the same one, sometimes a different one. But quite often I will get a signal on the 10 seconds as well. And I can use this to confirm and get an accurate entry point. In this case, on the 10 seconds, when this retracement happened, we got this massive push on the 10 seconds. And one of these other strategies that I use is I look for DI spikes on the ADX, where the ADX remains relatively low and we get a big DI spike. That tells me that this is a very big sudden move, but there's no strength or momentum behind it, and it's likely to pull back. And in this case, it did. So we can use, that's one of the ways we can use to determine our entries. I did make the videos on both the RSI and the ADX strategy. You guys can go watch it. So I'm not going to explain those strategies in a lot of detail, but just to make a point, quite often I will get different strategies firing on different time frames, but at the same time. And this only so much more confirms a trade for me, and I will, this makes me more confident, or not confident really, but this tells me it's more likely that my trade will be a winning trade. So that's how I use multiple time frames. I always trade with multiple time frames. Usually in my videos, like I said, usually in the videos that we do, I only have two charts open, a 1 minute and a 10 second, because it's a bit of a squeeze. But like I said, I do have a couple of monitors, and I watch everything, other time frames on other monitors. But we're going to do that now. We're going to have a look and see if we can find some entry positions or entries for using multiple time frame analysis, and see if we can find some trades. On the 5 minute, we can see we're pushing upwards. We do have the moving averages at the moment acting as resistance areas. Our RSI is on the 50, might reject. So I'm going to see if I can get, I missed that divergence. This was a sell opportunity. This is exactly what I mean with using multiple time frames. On 5 minutes, we approached a resistance area, and then on the 10 seconds, I got bearish divergence. So this was a trade opportunity we could have taken quick, but I did miss the entry. And if we miss an entry, we don't take trades late. If we take trades late, I'd rather stay out of it instead of taking a trade much too late in the hopes of it winning. I've always said that hope is a horrible strategy. Welcome to everybody watching. Please feel free, if you guys have any questions on anything that we're discussing, please ask your questions. And if you just want to say hi, you can do that as well. Okay, let's see. So my 5-minute chart, which is on the right hand side, is going to give me an idea of the movement. Like I said in the beginning, unfortunately, this is not ideal market movement at the moment. We are 45 minutes away from the US Open, and I really hope we don't stay like this. I really hope price will take a direction so we can actually get a couple of trade entries. That would be awesome. But patience and discipline is part of the game. Sometimes the market doesn't give us entries, and it's something we have to accept. Hey guys, Brainy Trader, Teacher K, welcome. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are having a great year so far. So far. Okay, so I'm going to watch and see if price reaches these moving averages. And I'm going to keep a close eye on my 10 seconds and 1 minute as well. The RSI is looking on the 5 minutes like it's going to start pushing through. Like it might go bullish. There we go. Okay, so I've got a DI spike on the 1 minute, and it's just below the moving average here. I am actually pretty tempted to take a sell trade here, but this is, how can I put this? We didn't quite reach the resistance area. And I'm thinking how to explain this. When I see a very strong push in a direction, I know that decent support and resistance areas are like magnets. So the closer we get to it, the more likely it is to get hit. And there's the hit now. See, so we are still moving upwards. We might have some divergence forming here, little stochastic jump. What I need, if 10 seconds pushes up or levels out and my stochastic turns down, that will be a sell trade for me, as long as we don't push through this area here on 5 minutes. We also see this candle here on the 1 minute. It is super long wick. Okay, the stochastic did cross down on the 10 seconds. It did confirm very tight divergence, but it is still valid. We did get rejected off the moving average, and now we just wait. But this does look good. One of the reasons we really need to wait for entries to, again, it doesn't matter what strategy you are using, but one of the reasons we really have to wait for entries to, or for your strategy to give you a confirmed entry, is that if I jumped the gun and I took that sell here before we hit the support area, I would have lost a trade. Okay, so if I took it here for one minute, if I took a 1 minute sell there, this would have been a loss for me. But I waited for us to actually hit the resistance area. I waited for my divergence to form on the 10 seconds, that little stochastic jump. And I got rewarded for the patience and waiting for my strategy to actually give me an entry. Okay, so again, we are heading, we pushed through this moving averages, the 100 moving average on the 1 minute. This is very likely a retrace, a retest of this area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait and see if we break or not. And if we do, or if we don't, no, we don't. Okay, so that didn't quite work out, or the movement I was hoping for didn't quite happen. I hope you guys can at least see now the advantages of looking at multiple timeframes of the same asset at the same time. It's something that I cannot trade without anymore. Since I started using it years ago, I cannot trade without watching different time frames. Usually I just trade Euro USD when I'm trading options. And I always have, you guys will notice that in all the videos that I've done, I always have a 10-second and a 1-minute open on the screen. And this is exactly the reason why I'm doing this, is I look at the different time frames, try to determine where the best entry point is. When we kicked off the video, we did establish that the 5-minute is in a bearish trend, in a bearish move at least. We're not, I don't really consider this trending because we have this movement here. I keep clicking on that thing. But at least this is definitely a bearish move. The current move, that direction that Euro has been going in for the past 3 hours or so, is most certainly downwards. We're making lower highs and lower lows, so this is a bearish move. And we remember, if you remember when I said in the beginning of the video as well, we're going to use our secondary time frame, which is the higher time frame, and we're going to work top down. So because we are in a bearish move, that's why I didn't hesitate to take a sell trade when I got a trade signal on one of the lower time frames. I will be fairly hesitant to take buy trades at the moment because, like I've said, 5 minutes is predominantly bearish at the moment. My RSI is still struggling to get through the 50 line. It's staying bearish. It has been for quite some time. So until at least my RSI goes positive or goes bullish, I will be super hesitant to take buy trades at this specific point in time. Although usually this type of movement, I will prefer not to trade. We have bodies like this. So the bodies form a very, very small channel, but the wicks are all over the place and they are huge on the 5-minute. This is a little bit too much volatility to my taste. I know there's people that absolutely love this, but when a chart gets all over the place like this, I mean, if we look at the 1-minute, it's massive candles, ups and downs, ups and downs. So I am very cautious trading like this when especially the smaller time frames, when they start jumping around like this, I get extremely, extremely cautious. I would emphasize caution. You have 2 jobs as a trader. Your first job is to preserve your capital, and your second job is to grow it. So preservation above growth, always. We don't do silly things. We stick to our stuff. So if you're unsure about a trade, rather leave it than take a chance, take a gamble on a losing trade. We don't like gambling here. Quick reminder, guys, those of you with PO trade, frame 80 is your code for today. For an 80% deposit bonus on deposit from as little as $10. And hope you guys make use of it. They had a lovely competition over the Christmas holidays. And yeah, lots of giveaways. Okay, looks like at the moment it looks like my 5-minute, the resistance held. We are still going downwards. Looks like we're getting ready to fall some more. I'm gonna wait for me, I need to wait for the price to clear this area first. Okay, so I would love to see a close below this level. Until we do, I'm gonna expect movement like this, and when it's jumping like this, I get, like I said, I get extremely cautious. Another thing is that the candles look so different. If we look at the look how the candles looks on 1 minute. Oh, sorry, on the 10 seconds. It's basically just bodies, but on the 1 minute and 5 minutes, basically just wicks. So this is an area where I'm super cautious to be trading. We had a good day. The day's been good this morning. So far, the day has been good. But the last hour or so, we could see this, the market change. If we look at this lot movement from here, but the rest of the movement, the candles were quite normal. We had decent candles, wicks as expected, bodies as expected. This is normal movement, but it got stuck here. So the last hour or so, it's like it's going crazy. And like I always say, if you don't have the discipline or the patience to wait it out, just go do something else for a while, come back and then start trading again. Wait for it to settle. It's very unfortunate that we don't have some nice movement at the moment. I would have loved to do a few more trades, at least like 4 or 5 trades during this stream, but I'm definitely not going to risk capital for just for silly trades. It's a pleasure, Teacher K, showing you guys the multi-time frame analysis. Absolutely, it is important. It is important. It's also a great way of improving your accuracy. So yeah. Are there tournaments on PO Trade? Yes, there is. Do you want to see the tab? There's the tournaments tab. So yeah, they've got a free tournament that you can join every day. Whoops, didn't want to click on that. So yeah, they do have tournaments. Okay, we broke through support on the 1 minute. Right, we not broke through support. We broke properly through the moving average. We're coming back what seems to be a retest. So I'm gonna keep an eye here. If we push up to this and I do get a decent trade signal from one of my strategies on the 10 seconds, I will take a sell trade. So this is an area that I need to pay attention to. There we go, we're hitting it. Doesn't mean I'm just simply going to take it, because this could also happen. I really wonder what's going on at the moment. What's causing this? Chart's openings was 30 minutes ago, so it's not that. There's no data coming out now. Is there? I can't remember. No, yeah, 2:30. Jolt's openings is now. This data is now. There was no data recently. It's a pleasure, Teacher K. Always nice when you guys interact. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so we pushed through the support, or through this resistance. My apologies on that. We pushed through this resistance and I didn't get any kind of signal on the 10 seconds. 1 minute after 5 minutes is not ideal either. It's really unfortunate that we are experiencing this kind of movement at the moment. I did do a couple of trades earlier today. Did do a few trades, but like I said, conditions were a bit better earlier. right now they are not markets when it's volatile like this. There's a few strategies you can use when the market becomes like this. I prefer not to. It's just too quick. Too much room for error. Okay, so multi-time frame analysis helps with a couple of things. First of all, it gives us a more comprehensive view of the market, right? So if you like to trade 1 minute charts, keep an eye on the 5 minutes, maybe even the 15 minutes, and then one lower time frame as well. Actually, I don't think you should go more than 3 time frames, because if you start looking at too many time frames, you start to get overwhelmed with information. It's information overload. But whatever time frame you prefer to trade on, just keep an time frame on. Keep an eye on the time frames next to it. So if, like I said, if you're on 1 minute, the next one will be a 5 minute time frame, and the one before that will be 10 seconds. Keep an eye on those, just to get an idea of the underlying. I want to say the underlying current. I'm not sure if that's the correct description, but it will give you a better feeling of what is happening, a better understanding of what is happening at the moment. Quite often you will open up a 1 minute chart and it will look super bullish, but then all the time frames above it is super bearish. That happens quite often, and then people will keep on taking buy trades at that point in time, and they keep on losing, and they don't understand why they're losing, why the trades are going wrong. So keeping an eye on the overall, on the bigger picture is kind of important, especially on the shorter time frames that we trade, like like this 1 minute and 5 minute. Especially if you're on the shorter time frames, it's crucial that you just have an idea of what's happening on the higher time frames, because it changes so quickly, and the distortion is so big. Oh, not big. I don't know if big is the right word, but there's a lot of distortion between the time frames. One might look, like I said, 1 minute might look super bullish at this point in time, but if you look at the 5 minute, it's clearly a bearish trend. So the changes are fairly big between the time frames. So if we do it this way, if we use multiple time frames, we get to align our trades with the bigger trends, and this improves our chances of actually winning. This will increase our win rate. If we go, I really don't like the saying the trend is your friend, because it's true, but it's also not true. But going with the trend, if the 5 minute is busy moving strongly in a downwards direction, you will have a higher likelihood of winning your trade if you take sell trades on the 1 minute, because it's in the same direction as the major trend or the bigger trend. And if all your higher time frames, 5 and 15 minute, is strongly bullish, you will have much more accuracy, much more likelihood of success if you go if you're watching the 1 minute and you look for opportunities to buy. These opportunities to buy must still be in line with your trading strategy. Okay, so doesn't mean our trading strategies are out the door. Just saying that if 5 minute is really bullish and the 15 minute is bullish, I will favor buy trades over sell trades on the 1 minute or the 10 seconds. Okay, and then using a lower time frame will also give us a bit more accuracy on our entries. This is ridiculous movement at the moment. This is really, really ridiculous movement, and it's frustrating. Should be able to get away with the 1 minute sell here. we have a massive DI spike. It's not that massive, but the ADX is super low. It's not even at, what's the value? 11, 12, and this is on 30. Too late now. So we had a massive DI spike on the ADX on the 1 minute, and this movement looks huge. But if I look at the 5 minute, it didn't even make it back to this resistance area. This is the distortion I was talking about. So you look at a 1 minute chart and it looks like that, but it looks massive because it's just a bit of small movements on the higher time frames, and then you look at the higher time frame and you realize, okay, this is what's happening actually. So this is a trade I should have taken. Actually, I should have what you call it? Shouldn't have hesitated. Should have tapped this because it's in line with my strategy. Teacher K, I don't use e-wallets. I stopped using e-wallets a couple of years ago already. I really don't know which e-wallets they use. You can maybe check out their website. I honestly don't know. So I'm sure they will use at least one or two e-wallets, but which ones I honestly have no idea. I just trade with them, man. But it will be on their website. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find out on their website what type of deposit options they do have. So go check it out. Yeah, I really don't know. Market is ranging. Wait for the US Open. 100% agree. I 100% agree. But the problem is also that I really want to do get some examples of trades also for you guys. So this video, so these videos don't turn out to be just me sitting here talking while I'm hoping for trades. I was really positive about this video earlier this morning because the market was super nice this morning. I got quite a few trades in, got quite a few scalp trades as well on Forex. It was genuinely, there was genuinely good movement, but right now it is a trap. It is really horrible movement at the moment. The smart thing to do is definitely wait for the US Open, and then we need to start moving from this area. Yeah, for sure, 100% for sure. So until that happens, it is a bit dodgy to take trades. But if I do get a nice sell opportunity, I'll take it because, like I said, we're still in an established bearish move. So if I do get a very nice entry, either on 1 minute or on 10 seconds, I will actually take it. But only sell trades at the moment for me. See, all this time, this video is, where are we? 40 minutes. The stream is, I've been streaming for 40 minutes now. And during this whole time, the RSI remained below the 50 line. So not once did my RSI go bullish on the 5 minutes. Fair enough, it's not a lot of candles. I think it was from here. But still, stream started on the close of this candle, open of that one. And not once did my RSI go bullish. So for me, we are still bearish. Again, like I said, it's not a trend. We're not in a bearish trend per se, but this is a bearish move at the moment that we are in, because we're making lower lows, we're making lower highs. So I will definitely favor, if I do get a nice sell entry, I will definitely take it. but it looks like we're finally picking a direction now and going with it. This is the lowest close we've had for a while. There we go. Okay. Hopefully we can get some retracement trades. Something that I'm definitely not going to do is take buys in this move. Let's see what we can get. We finally picked the direction. We did make a new low finally from this move, this downwards move, even if we don't close below this, but we did break this previous low. So we, I think we can safely say that we are in a downwards move again. We are moving downwards. The only thing for the next couple of minutes that I will look forward to trade will be corrections on the 10 seconds or 1 minute that doesn't go bullish on the on any of my indicators. Meaning, I will look for pullbacks, retracements or pullbacks where my RSI does not cross over back upwards like this. So if this candle closes and my RSI is turned downwards, I'm tempted to take this, but it looks like it's setting up hidden bearish divergence. Actually, this looks like it's setting up hidden bearish divergence. So I'm just going to wait for the stochastic to close, and hopefully it doesn't make a massive candle downwards before it does. Stochastic still not closed. Rule of thumb for me: if I have to wonder if it is closed, it's not. So okay, so it wasn't. It's still not. If we don't push any higher right now, if this doesn't go any higher and the stochastic turns down, this will be a sell for me. But I do need to wait for that stochastic to turn. Okay, so hidden divergence is a continuation signal, and since we're in such a strong downwards move, okay, this is going void. Okay, so this is no longer really valid divergence for me. This last candle, it's disappointing. Okay, so the market is, at least Euro is definitely not playing along with us today. I think we're going to cut this video right here. Been 45 minutes. At least we did get a trade to demonstrate, or we did get a trade entry using multiple time frames and how we can correlate them to each other. So there's that. At least we got one. But yeah, those of you guys watching, careful for a while. You know, rather wait the extra 20 minutes for the UK US Open and for the markets to normalize. I'm definitely not going to be trading for the next half an hour. I'm going to be taking a break now. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys found it useful. If you did, again, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. We'll do another stream, and thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, until next time, trade smart, trade safe, and have a good one. Cheers. Oh, wait, before I go, Teacher K is asking if I get a divergence signal after 9 p.m. like we had on Euro USD last night. I don't know what time zone you're in, so I've got no idea when 9 o'clock is for you. 9 o'clock at night is for you. let's have a quick look at the 1 hour. No, let's have a quick look at 1 hour, and just so I can get an idea of what you're talking about. That was 9 o'clock for me on 1 hour. That's there. That's 1 o'clock last night. I don't see divergence on 1 hour. The last decent divergence there was on 1 hour was here. That was a sell entry that was on Monday. Oh, SA. Yeah, okay, so you did you get divergence on the 1 hour? Because I don't see it. I don't understand what you're looking at on the 1 hour. Let me just go to a lower time frame and see what was happening last night at 9 o'clock. No. Wait, where am I? What's this? 5 minutes? Yeah. Is this what you're talking about? This is the 5-minute chart, but again, I don't see any divergence really. Yeah, this is 9 p.m. yesterday. This area here is 9 p.m. yesterday. There's the 9 p.m. 5-minute candle. I don't see any divergence. So I'm a bit confused here. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny, but I really don't understand. Okay, so your stock settings is different than mine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with stock settings, because if you change your stochastic settings, the only thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna find divergence entries, but you're gonna find them at a different time that I do. So it's not gonna. Your settings doesn't really matter. That's why all my chart settings, all my indicator settings are on default. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to be at different times. As for finding divergence at 9 p.m., I don't know where you get your economic data from. I use Forex Factory, and this is one of the reasons I do. You can see the big exchange times. So 9 p.m. our local time means it's 2 hours before the US session ends. So yes, I will take divergence. If I find divergence, I will go as far as to say you can trade divergence whenever you find it, even if you're trading the Asian session. I just don't like. Well, there's two reasons I don't trade the Asian session. First of all, that's my sleep time. But secondly, there's a very low volume during the Asian session, like extremely low volume. If you go to if you slap some volume on your chart and you go to a 1 hour time frame, you will see that the volume does this every day. So it peaks. It starts peaking with the UK Open, peaks when the UK open and the UK and the US sessions overlap, and then starts coming down gradually towards the the close of the US, and then it like almost flatlines during the Asian session. There's not a lot of volume during the Asian session, so I don't like trading the Asian session at all. So I start trading in the UK session because it's early morning for me, and I wait for the UK session because that's when the volume starts coming in. But divergence is divergence. You need to keep in mind divergence is showing you something that's happening in the market at that point in time. So I don't have that thing about I saw a lot of people will tell you that they won't trade on Mondays or they won't trade on Fridays. You're gonna have good days and bad days, and you're gonna have good days every day of the week, and you're gonna have bad days every day of the week. when you see divergence, if divergence is part of your strategy and you are trading, you trade your strategy. Simple as that. Hope that answers your question. I wonder why there's such a delay on YouTube. Yes, I'm just waiting for a reply there. I just want to know if I answered your question to your satisfaction. Let's go back. Maybe let's just have a look at what's happening. Yeah, we're back. We're right back to this area. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to trade until we leave this area. This dead zone. Nope. Okay, so guys, awesome, teacher K. I'm happy to have been able to help. Right, everybody, have a good one. Enjoy. Again, trade smart and trade safe. I'll see you guys next week on this channel. Have a good one. Cheers.